everybody, and welcome to Star Wars Culture. My name is Hannah.
And I am Jordan. Remember, kids, don't be rude to your customers. Anyways, let me stop. I'm going to stop.
Thanks, DoorDash.
Yeah, thanks, DoorDash, for your lack of customer support. Anyways, we are going to continue our lovely look at trailers. Star Wars trailers, of course, because we're a Star Wars podcast, and that's what we do here.
So exciting.
We have finally arrived at 3 of my most favorite trailers of my favorite era of Star Wars ever, the sequel trilogy.
Yeah,
and I'm excited.
Yay! Let's go.
Yeah. And I'm Chad, and joining us today, we've got the crew from the Holonet Marauders, AJ, Matt, and Jamie. How you guys doing?
Good. I'm excited.
We've done Matt.
Oops.
Thanks for having us, guys. We're pumped, especially to talk about the sequels. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, lots to talk about.
It's gonna be fun.
So good. So before we move on, do you guys want to plug your podcast and what you guys do as well before we move on with the show?
Yeah. Jamie, should I take it or do you want to take it?
I'll take it. I knew you were going to defer. You phrased it. Should I take it? But that was a total defer. So yeah. Hey, everybody. So we are Holonet Marauders. We are a Star Wars blog, Star Wars podcast, and we do live streams from time to time. We have been highlighting the Bad Batch this season, which has been a lot of fun. We do weekly chats about that. And we release a podcast weekly. So we talk about recent Star Wars news, our favorite parts of Star Wars, and just sharing that love and positivity in the community. And that's what we do. All right, we're just 3 nerds from Boston who met at college, and now we do a podcast, and that's that.
Perfect.
Perfect. Yeah.
That's such a good way to do it. I love that. So good. So good.
Yes. If you guys see, I knew I was going to forget again. If you guys want to see more of us, please hit that subscribe button and follow us everywhere on social media to get that sweet Star Wars content.
Yes, and make sure you follow Culture Slate on all our social media platforms as well. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all at Culture Slate for all that kind of pop culture goodness that you like. And let's jump into the show. Let's do it. Let's go into it.
Here we go.
Yes, we are looking at these sequel trailers. We'll be talking our thoughts and feelings and reminiscing of, it wasn't actually that long ago that these all happened and we first saw them on our screen. So it's going to be a good throwback and look back. Make sure if you're in the comments, throw us your thoughts as we watch and as we talk, and we would love to connect more about it. Awesome. All right. Chad, I think, actually, is everyone ready for the first trailer?
Let's do this.
Always.
Oh, yeah.
I was born ready.
Force Awakens, here we go.
For it. Let's go for it. Okay, all right.
This nice long lead up to the trailer.
A nice suspense. Good stuff. Black screen. That's
I think
great.
they all kind of have
Good
like a
stuff.
slow fade in like this.
Yeah.
This one's just a
Yeah.
slow burn to the end.
Have you felt it?
Turn that up a bit more.
Is it Tatooine?
Oh, there he is.
Wait, there he is.
My king! My
Okay.
I forget
king!
about it every time.
That scares.
Oh my god.
My king!
Oh, the first look at
Oh,
BB-8.
boy.
Oh my
I
god.
love BB. I love BB-8 units.
Look in the lights.
Gosh.
There
There
she
she
is.
is.
There she is.
Hey.
The weirdest looking speaker.
It's Hannah! My other king!
Oh my god.
Ooh.
And the crossguard
Here.
saber.
There it is.
Talk of the
There
town.
it is.
What is that?
Come on in.
I love that. I love that lightsaber.
Oh.
Oh, such an awesome shot. Such a good opening
It is.
shot for the Falcon. Oh.
Oh man. I'm feeling all the feels again. This is a good start.
Same.
This is good.
This was fun, guys. I'm gonna go watch Force Awakens.
Yeah, same.
All right, I'm ahead of
Right?
We're ending the stream now, guys.
December 2015.
That seems
Wow.
like
It's so far away.
long ago. Some
That's
kids
what
that I
ages
work
ago.
with, some
It's
kids
like-
that I work with weren't even like born yet. Like that's insane. It's insane.
That is. It's a
6
good way to
years old.
Oh my
compare the
God.
two.
It's nostalgic.
Yeah.
It feels
Yeah.
nostalgic already.
I just
Yeah, right?
I feel just blessed by Finn every time I see him.
I think it is
the
best thing that after 10 years of no Star Wars, the first Star Wars thing we see is Sweaty Finn. That is the best thing.
Yep. Gasping for air.
It's like, oh, you missed Star Wars? It just pops up and he's just sweating. It's perfect.
That is so
Here's
true.
a stormtrooper on the verge of a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Or he just had one, actually.
Ooh, that's a fun
We
question.
got a question here.
Yes.
Where were you guys the first time you saw this trailer? Because I don't remember.
I think I was with AJ. Whatever I was
we were
doing,
in my
I don't
car.
remember. We were in your car?
It was a Friday, I want to say. Sunny out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was depressed in my college dorm.
We were depressed in our
and
car on campus.
For anyone's follow-up question, yes, that trailer did cure my depression. It did.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
That trailer, honest to goodness, changed my life. Like pre-2015, I knew of Star Wars and I liked Star Wars, but I wasn't into it as much as I am today. Like, I'm not even joking. The Force Awakens did truly change my life. Like, I wouldn't be doing any of this if it wasn't for
It
that.
awoken you.
It did.
Awoken you.
Yeah.
Good.
I totally agree. I had a very similar experience of I was aware of Star Wars, watched it. I watched Clone Wars here and there, but it wasn't until that trailer that it really sparked me up again. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Yes, let's get into it. I totally agree.
I was a huge fan when I was a little kid. I was 10 years old when Revenge of the Sith came out, and then after that, my fandom, it was over. So it was and then I went into high school, and I had that weird high school phase where it was nah, Star Wars is for nerds, and I'm cool. And that was
we all have that phase.
It was terrible.
I don't think I had that phase at all.
Didn't you?
I watched the Clone Wars the day it came out.
I'm jealous.
The day it ended, I was a Clone Wars.
Wow.
Yeah, I caught Clone Wars on the tail
baby.
end.
That's great.
But I did not. I saw the movie in theaters. I remember that.
I remember seeing that movie in theaters. That was a fun time.
Oh yeah, that was kind of a jarring experience because I had only seen I'd only seen the Revenge of the Sith in theaters, and then my next Star Wars movie was the 2008 Clone Wars, and I was like, this is super
whack.
I remember walking out of it, and I was like, what's even the point of this? We know Anakin turns to the dark side. I don't even care. Why is Anakin a good guy again? Obviously I knew the timeline, but at the same time,
and Cartoon Network was like, here's 5 seasons. I was like,
okay, let's keep going then. Oh. Yeah, that's so good. But yes, Matt, about so yeah, you kind of grew up in that time of going, oh no, Star Wars is that nerdy thing. So do you think this trailer kind of turned you around back onto Star Wars?
Oh, 100%. I remember this came out 2014. I was a sophomore in college, and I remember my friends and we ran out and we scrambled to buy the Han and Rey Nerf blasters, and we all made lightsabers, and we had this whole elaborate setup in our dorm room. We had these Coke cans with all these Star Wars characters taped to them, and we would shoot them, and we had we were just watching Star Wars 24/7. It was a blast.
You know what's crazy though? So the three of us did meet in college, but Matt was a year behind us. But we literally did not hang out with Matt and talk Star Wars with him until after we all graduated.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah,
no way.
Star Wars Celebration. Yeah.
Right,
Star Wars Celebration was the catalyst for us three getting together and talking about Star Wars.
We were friends beforehand, but we didn't talk about Star Wars. And it's what the heck did we talk about before? It was very weird.
Dude,
very weird.
Isn't it weird? Because sometimes you're like, what did I even do before Star Wars? Before the 4th grade, what was I even doing?
The funniest thing for me is that my earliest memory is of seeing The Phantom Menace in theaters when I was 4.
Yeah, wow.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't actually have many thoughts of what did I do before Star Wars. I don't know, crawl around, poop my pants. Probably.
Just, I don't know. The usual, just the normal stuff. That's great. That's so.
If you want to hear more about Matt's childhood, tune into our podcast. That's all he talks about. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you'll get sick of it.
That's so good though. That is incredible. But
AJ. Oh, go ahead.
Yes. No, I was going to say, AJ, what are your thoughts and the kind of initial reaction to this trailer too?
When it came out, what time of year did this come out? Do we remember? I don't know.
It was
was it a year before?
Yeah,
so?
it was November 2014.
So it was almost a full year.
November.
Wow.
Because I'm trying to remember when the Han trailer came out with the Chewie We're Home, because that's when it hit me. I'm like, whoa! But I think that was in the spring.
That was in the spring. I'm pretty sure.
But yeah, I mean, to echo Jamie and Matt's thoughts, like it really awoke in me. You know, I'm kind of a combination of their feelings. I was like Matt, and I grew up with it, and I loved it, and I was all about the prequels when they came out as a kid. And then, but when this came out, I was so awoken, and it's and
awakened.
Awakened.
Yeah, I know. You keep saying awoken, and I'm
awoken.
either
The Force awoken.
But no.
But yeah, the word, it's kind of indescribable, I guess, though, because it led to where we are now with this, and I have all this stuff behind me, and a Kylo thing, and we're doing a podcast, and it really
look at him back there.
It's weird to say.
Watching.
Watching.
It's weird to say it changed my life, but like it did. I mean,
sure.
This is my life now. Here we are.
Yeah,
but,
like pre The Force Awakens, like AJ and I have like been together since before The Force Awakens, but he was like all just like casual movies, like loved movies, like casual about Star Wars, but it was pretty much like sports, as evidenced by that hat there, which like we're still super into. Yeah, there it is. So like
game is strong.
Honestly, if you live in the Boston area, you either actually you ride or die no matter what. You have no choice, and you're just there for the ride. Since growing up here, it's just been like that. So
I saw in the comments, I think Joel Davis mentioned that I think we tend to forget pre-Force Awakens, Star Wars was kind of on the way out, and like
evidence like right here. Yeah,
it was just kind of there. You know,
and remember, this wouldn't be a Star Wars culture episode if I didn't call out a bunch of people. You fans who like to bash Disney.
Let's buckle up, buddy.
Y'all love bashing Disney in the sequels. But you really wasn't paying attention to Star Wars until they bought it. So I mean, you're welcome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're so spoiled now. Next year we're gonna have a show like every, not to get sidetracked.
Every other month.
Pretty much. Every week.
Like, incredible.
Yeah,
it's really
I mean,
good. It's a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish we could get more video games, but eventually.
One thing at a time.
Yeah.
Disney doesn't have control over that.
Right. True.
So good. So good.
Last Jedi now?
Yeah, I think let's jump into The Last Jedi. There's so much nostalgia, and I think it was such a good feeling seeing Force Awakens. And we'll talk about it a little later on. But now into the next chapter of the saga, of the sequel saga. Let's take a look at this trailer.
I have a good story for this trailer.
I love this trailer.
Oh, I'm ready.
It's not like we watch this one every day or anything like that, but we might.
Another slow cook.
We might.
Ooh.
There she is. What you doing?
Oh, the music.
The music.
Chills.
So good.
Oh.
Octo. Oh, man.
Beautiful.
One of my favorite locations.
I love this.
I literally just finished watching Biomes today, and I didn't realize it ended on Octo, and I was like, yes.
Biomes is so good.
Oh my gosh.
Such a good shot.
The gray vest is my favorite Rey outfit. And it's like that's like an underrated like take. But
yeah. No, I agree. It's a clean look. I like it.
Yeah. Oh, the helmet shattered AJ's heart.
He dropped it.
Yeah.
He dropped it. And kept dropping it.
Books.
Oh, the books. More books.
Good take,
the sacred text.
It's the sacred Jedi text.
Oh, Luke, and your dramatics.
Oh, training.
Wow.
Training.
Christmas.
Great. Wow, great.
Ooh.
Another awesome shot.
It's so beautiful.
Oh, that's good.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh, the
the
running.
deleted scene.
No.
Gosh.
Angry Kylo.
The bombers.
And of course, the line.
For the Jedi to end.
What does it mean? What does it mean?
Sir, excuse me.
Time out.
Oh,
What does it mean?
Time out.
The
Luke,
fork. Oh,
Luke,
yes.
no.
Okay, Paul. Oh, that's great.
Oh my gosh.
This film is not yet rated. Oh.
yeah.
I don't think
At the time.
at the time.
Oh,
The
it's
funny,
still figuring it out.
Wow.
Oh,
The funny
yeah.
story I had about that trailer was that came out at Star Wars Celebration, right? And I was working like construction at the time, and I was on like a construction site, and it was
This is,
super
like,
sunny.
2016. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like fall or like spring of 2017. This one.
Okay. And I knew it was coming that day. We just didn't. I don't think we knew what time, or maybe we did. But I was watching it in the bright sun on my phone, and I was like, I can't see. So later on, I had to go like hide in my car to watch it, and I loved the trailer, but I had so many questions after Force Awakens, and I'm like, this doesn't help me at all. There's so many.
This doesn't give me anything.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I was going to say. That it was such a cliffhanger at the end of Force Awakens, and then there was so much in this trailer that just actually added more questions. And it's just like, oh, what is going to happen? Damn it!
I know.
Okay, but also that shot of Leia. Vader much? Like, come on.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I'm nothing like my father. It's literally his silhouette. Like,
I never thought of that. That's good.
These trailers are so well cut. Both of the Last Jedi trailers are like insanely well made. Like they tell a story all on their own.
The next one, the other Last Jedi trailer has some of my favorite. Like, that's my favorite piece of music cut ever.
I was just about to say
I found trailer specific cuts like without the words or anything and just the music, and I listen to it all the time.
This trailer?
Yes,
let's do it.
Wow.
Come on, you big gorilla tanks.
The gorilla.
Untamed power.
That was good.
I love
that
so much.
shot.
I love that Anakin shot.
Just
Something truly special.
All these trailers are just so good.
I know. I think this one takes the cake, maybe. But
I gotta eat my trailer food, my trailer snack.
gosh.
The spark mixed with what is it? Jedi steps.
Yeah.
It's like perfect.
I love the lightsaber noises on the. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
We're almost there. Right after this.
There.
ooh,
Like, well,
genius.
just
I just realized how in time that was. Wow. Yeah.
Strength only once before.
Boy.
Oh man. This one.
It does now.
I think this one's probably the best one out of all of them.
And we got to see Band-Aid Kylo for the first time.
Yeah.
there it is.
He's band-aid.
I love his
There it is
Starfighter.
again.
Do you think
No.
do y'all think he requested his Band-Aid to match his robes?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
No,
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Come on.
They just-
They did.
I had him ready to go.
Leia!
He knew.
Beautiful
knew.
scene. Oh,
It's so well cut.
Yeah.
With the
it
ratings.
is.
Made these trailers.
it's just
The first Morg!
First Borg.
little man. There he is.
The ending of this trailer is very deceiving.
I suppose, yeah.
No, it is.
Oh my god.
I will. He's telling
Crystal
me point
critters.
blank.
Fulfill.
Still boggles my mind how Ray knows how to swim. That's a different story, though.
You know, I've never thought of that.
Instinct.
You flail your way to
That's
the core.
hilarious. Oh.
Oh,
To show me my place in all this.
the misdirection.
Yeah.
Misdirection.
What is it, misdirection?
Yeah, Matt's right. I guess it is, but it
I
isn't.
know it's. You were actually right. I changed my
So
Two
opinion
different
on that.
scenes, so.
It is.
Why
It is
is that the
something
best
coming
thing
out,
I've ever
man.
seen in my life?
Yeah.
It's the funniest thing because AJ and Jamie, they give me so much grief on this. I was not on the TLJ hype train as much as I should have been because I was still on the Rogue One hype train. Rogue One
okay.
blew my
Meanwhile-
mind.
Me.
And I was like,
Meanwhile, I was sweating for 2
Look.
years.
I was
Look.
obsessed with Rogue One for the longest time. And then when the Last Jedi trailer started coming out, I was watching them and I was still into them, but I wasn't like foaming at the mouth for it like I was for the Rise of Skywalker.
You were like, yeah. So anyway, Jen Erso over here is
Dude,
like,
honestly,
yeah.
So, like,
and then the
I'm like,
Last
that's over.
Jedi ended up being my second favorite Star Wars movie of all time. Blew me
we
out
talk
of the
about
water.
like this a lot, like on
Yeah.
not a lot, but like enough, like on like our show, how like the timing of the releases like really screwed with me because like we have the
Oh,
Force
yeah.
Awakens and then Rogue
Yeah.
One and then Last
Yeah.
Jedi
We were like
and then
all over the
Solo.
place, like zigzagging.
and then a season of
between
Mandalorian
Yeah.
and then
Rise of
the Rise of
Rise of
Skywalker.
Skywalker.
So
It's crazy.
like it just shouldn't have happened in the order that it happened because casual fans get confused, and so I like.
Yeah, my
They
peanut.
need to
brain
catch up. They need to catch up.
You're learning today.
You learned today. Yeah.
It's like, but yeah, strap in. It wasn't very up and down. I agree. But let's talk about like the opening of this movie, and we saw a couple of the shots in the trailer. But I found the opening of The Last Jedi like on par with the opening of Revenge of the Sith for me as like favorite openers of movies.
Great.
Like
For
I
sure.
thought
Great
the opening sequence is like incredible, and I like how like I think because it was so like chaotic and intense and like that intensity. You know, faster and more intense, as George would say. So I think they nailed that.
Well, it definitely felt like a war.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
But
plus, you don't even really know.
Moments?
From the film or the trailer?
Yes,
the trailer.
The trailer.
The Porg reveal.
If we're going off
like
the
that
long
is
trailer,
that is a big thing. But honestly, like Rey on the island training and learning to train and all like the movements like that, because like we don't really see her with the lightsaber until the very end of The Force Awakens, and so it's finally like okay, cool, this is what we were looking for, and that was my favorite part of that.
The thing
I'm going off the sorry, Matt.
No, I was just gonna say the thing that stood out to me the most was I remember when the second trailer came out. Ryan Johnson specifically went on Twitter and was like, "Don't watch the trailer," and that was like, "Wait, what do you mean don't watch the trailer?" And he was like, "Don't watch the trailer."
I love him so much. Just
and then he literally posted
on Twitter,
like, "This will not go the way you think," and that stuck with me. That's always stuck with me. So like Luke saying that, and it ended up being true. But Luke saying that that's been like the trailer for me 100%.
I remember, I think that was when I got my first college apartment, I think, was around that time. And I just remember being like, what the hell? He mean this ain't gonna go the way he go. What the hell? And I would go knock on my neighbor's door who likes Star Wars, and I was like, did you see this? What the hell? And I just was like repeating that for 3 weeks straight. So I was like, I'm gonna need Luke to calm down. I'm gonna need you to calm down, Mr. Skywalker. I'm not playing with you.
I have a friend that this goes off kind of what Matt. I still have. He didn't like The Last Jedi though, so no, I still. Just kidding. But he avoided all the trailers other than that teaser one we saw. He avoided every other trailer leading up to the release of the film, and I found that so impressive that he cared so much to do that. And then afterwards, he didn't care about Star Wars as much. So I'm like, how did you go from this to that? I don't know, but it was crazy.
Interesting.
But my
favorite,
such self-control. Unbelievable.
Seriously.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he ran out of like previews at a Marvel movie to like avoid the watching the trailer and then ran back.
But my favorite part from the long trailer was just seeing Kylo and his TIE fighter spinning around and should he kill his mom and the Band-Aid. Like, that was
should he kill his mom? I can answer that. I don't think he should.
No, probably not. But from the teaser,
it was a good scene. Yeah.
Definitely.
Because I know that was in the actual movie. That was quite a controversial part of the whole Leia flying scene. Everyone was like, well, that was a bit jarring to see. Yeah. But before that, and that was in the trailer, the connection that they have, I found that so like emotionally gut wrenching.
Yeah.
Oh god,
and it's cut the same way
mother-son.
as Luke and Leia in Empire Strikes Back. It's cut the same way, like in the film. It's so good.
Very good.
Yeah.
How it it like dissolves into or whatever the fades into each other.
Yeah.
The more that you watch that sequence, the better it gets. Like that sequence, and then like in the movie itself, the whole Holdo maneuver. The more you watch that sequence, the better it gets. The first few times like we saw that like in theaters, I was kind of like, what?
Well, the Holdo maneuvers was from the bat. Off the bat was awesome.
Blew me out of the
theater.
Yeah.
My whole
Literally.
theater quiet. Nobody was eating snacks. Nobody was drinking anything. Everybody was just on the edge of their seats, like stunned.
Oh, that sound. Oh, yeah. That's
so
like
good.
on par for seismic charge sound.
It is.
That's like
I like
it's
that.
like just that kind of that breath in that everyone at the same time goes. And just holds it.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Man.
But Matt, did you say your favorite moment? What was your favorite moment?
Well, I said that my standout moment was Luke saying, "This will not go the way you think."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So that would just the shots of Octo. Anything on Octo, I'm a sucker for Octo. Yeah. Like I was obsessed with it when The Force Awakens came out. Yeah. Well, don't get me started on Crate, but yeah, Octo is like that place beautiful. I know it's real. I want to go there, but
same.
Right? Oh,
yeah.
It is so good.
It's not going to look as good
Jordan.
as Ryan made it look.
I still listen to the music at the end of The Force Awakens.
I listen to the
So-
Spark when I'm
just-
working out.
and
I
I'm
start
just like,
working
this
out
is the
and I
best.
listen to the Spark and I'm
Jedi
like,
Steps.
There you go. Yeah.
Jedi Steps at the end of The Force Awakens is like one of the most
Yeah.
iconic tracks from the sequel trilogy. One of them. There's a
Yeah.
lot. I
we
think people
said
sleep on that.
what we said.
No, I don't.
We-
You go-
I don't either.
I agree with that.
Neither do we.
Nope.
Weston.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't
the
it? Yeah,
maneuver
that's a good
itself
point.
was like one of the coolest things I've seen in Star Wars. It was-
Yeah.
And then,
Well-
later we also see
I've
one of the
got-
coolest
I've-
things. But
Yeah, I've gotten into a few like Twitter arguments with people that hate it, and I'm like,
Really?
it's a fictional movie.
First of all, you're not even supposed to hear sound in space. So let's start there.
right.
Yeah,
Like, no, there's
so
supposed to be
let's
explosions.
start there.
But it's a fictional movie. It looks
Yeah.
awesome. It's a great.
If
only
people start
great
breaking
shot.
down
Why would-
science in
Fun.
Star Wars, it's
The only thing you
None
really
of
too
it
have
is
to
much.
going to make sense.
So
about
many
this
questions to have.
in the Clone Wars, the Malevolence, Anakin does the same exact thing, and it's
Oh,
confirmed by the writers of that episode that he literally set the Navicomputer to hyperspace into the moon. So that's what happens. They crash hyperspace into the moon.
yeah.
I
So
think we're having a Porg invasion. I'm sorry.
But if
Yeah.
Dave Filoni,
Sorry,
if Dave
keep going,
Filoni
yeah, I
did
just
it,
thought-
if
They gotta connect.
if Dave Filoni didn't make it, then it doesn't make sense because apparently Dave's
Oh,
the only
where'd he
one
go?
who can. Matt.
We lost Matt.
We were just
okay, well.
there. He is. He's
Oh,
back.
he
Oh,
came
he's
back
my
getting,
for
he's
it.
getting his
I had to join the Porg invasion.
See? Yeah. Last Jedi fans here. Come on.
There you go,
There
Jay.
you-
The king, though.
Before the last, obviously we have the one shot of Chewie and the Porg in the trailer, and then all of the Porg merch just rolls out. And
Yeah.
honestly, I think I owned at least like 3 or 4 before the movie even came out, and I have to say there's probably at least 20 around this house somewhere in varying
Yeah,
shapes,
That's so good.
different types,
That's
plushies,
brilliant.
little figures, and they're everywhere.
It's fun. It's fun. It was Star Wars. I actually really thoroughly loved, for like a story point of view, the addition of the
Yeah.
Porg. Like it connects that kind of childlike kind of amazement of the movies as well, where it's like this like random penguin looking weird puffin thing. Like it's fun. I really like the Porgs in the Last Jedi.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Oh, yeah.
I love the
Yeah.
explanation behind them too, that they had to hide the puffins on Skellig Michael, so they made the Porg
Yeah, genius.
to
We
explain.
need a lot of birds. All right, here you go.
Oh,
We'll make our
that's
own bird.
good.
Yeah. This movie was also where we were introduced to Miss Rose Tico.
Oh, yeah.
And I love her.
Oh,
I love her
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much.
Rose.
With every fiber of my entire being. And there's a lot of being
Yeah.
here in case you didn't realize. So
Yeah, we've done a lot of deep dives on her character and her like the part she played in the sequel movies. And if you actually strip away all if you don't like her or do like her, the actual kind of person she represents and like kind of her story of coming kind of from nothing and working in the lower decks and all that kind of imagery, and then to becoming so selfless for everyone around her. Like her story is so good. She's such a good character role model for kids, but anyone at any age really.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of Rose's kind of addition? Like just lightly, what did
I love it.
Actually,
I love Rose. I think she's super necessary to Finn's development. I mean, she's the angel on his shoulder, countering DJ, the devil. They come from like she's another character you mentioned earlier, like the come from nothing kind of character, because that's the sequels. All these characters really didn't come from something special. They came from really humble backgrounds, and
They're just people.
and she
And the one that-
exemplifies that perfectly. Even
Ooh,
Just
they're
people.
just people. I like
the
that.
one that
like-
did come from a humbled background is the bad guy. So
exactly.
yeah.
The only
so-
person who
I never
came
really thought
from
of
the heroic special background was Kylo Ren, and he rejects it outright. He doesn't even want it.
That's a really good point. Yeah.
I never really thought of the Rose is kind of like the opposite of what Finn was. Like, because Finn was the janitor or whatever, worked in sanitary on the First Order, and then
He's a
Rose
janitor.
kind of she's not sanitary, but she kind of has like a lower deck level, as Hannah describes.
Yeah, she's like a maintenance.
They both probably kind of relate
Yeah.
over that a bit. So
I never even thought of that. She's
me
like
neither
the,
till just now.
the
Yeah.
resistance equivalent of what Finn started out.
Yeah,
Good thing she didn't switch
Yeah.
sides like Finn did, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. That's,
Yeah.
you
And
know,
and
that-
then
that
her
helps.
character got the short end of the stick in the next
Yeah.
movie.
Unfortunately, yeah,
I know.
it's true.
Which means should we watch this next trailer as we start to segue? That's a
Yeah.
pretty
Yes.
good segue.
Oh,
Yeah,
Let's
it
do,
is.
Yes.
let's do this.
Get in there.
It's my
Okay,
favorite.
right?
Yes.
Here we go.
My favorite.
All right. I'm
We,
already gonna cry.
We cried at this at Celebration. I
I
remember.
do. I
my God.
Yes,
cried over
we
this earlier today.
Oh, boy. Oh gosh, AJ, I'm gonna recount the story afterwards of what we did right when we got back from Celebration.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Can we share that?
I don't know where it is, so unfortunately, no.
1,000
More
generations.
sweaty.
Hey, you guys
Elvis
didn't go that.
characters. Oh, you gotta
The
start your
lightsaber
trailer.
band-aid.
What's coming in the distance?
But this is your fight.
This is
I remember
like
I was
Such
thinking
a cool
so hard, trying to figure out why the lightsaber was suddenly back together. Because I'm like, oh, are we gonna like see like that happen? And then no.
no.
It's like
No.
fuse it back together.
Mm.
This is such a cool scene in the movie.
I know.
That, like,
yeah.
it works so well for like a trailer, but if it was in the actual movie and like with no like not seen it before, it would have been like so awesome.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Because like
It did work.
it works perfect for a trailer, but it also if it was just by itself, it would have been awesome.
So good.
Oh, Kijimi. The ship.
Kajim is one of my favorite.
Ooh.
Oh my
All
god.
the
This scene.
screaming at Celebration.
The punch.
Gay.
Oh,
Your
Dio.
droid.
I remember.
No,
Oh
no.
my god. Everybody
I
cheered.
can hear
when
the
it
cheers in
popped
my.
up. Yeah, dude.
in my
Same.
ears.
I'm getting goosebumps
Wow.
rewatching this trailer, and I watched this movie last night.
Oh, the hug! Oh, the hug!
The hill.
Oh.
Ah,
No one's ever really gone.
what does that mean?
Wait for it.
God.
No way.
Dude, I was freaking out when I saw this trailer.
Ah,
Come on.
it's blue.
So good.
It's blue. First thought, it's blue.
Let me tell y'all. We're, okay. Okay.
Roll it
listen.
again.
Listen. No, literally. Listen.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, there's so much to go.
Listening.
This
Okay.
was like the first. I was kind of paying attention to Celebration during the Last Jedi era press conference or whatever, but not really. So Rise of Skywalker era was when I was like actually like actively on social media looking at Celebration and stuff like that, and I knew what day the panel was for the Rise of Skywalker, but my friend wanted to go out and eat during the panel, and I was like. I want to be rude so bad and say, I want to do nothing. No, I don't. Absolutely not. And I was like, you know what? I'm hungry. Let's go eat. And the panel had been going on. No. Okay, so the panel had been going on and they dropped the trailer and then released it on social media. And I kind of forgot about it. I was like, okay, I'll just watch it later. And I was like on Twitter and I was like, wait. It's right there. And so I was watching it while like trying to order food. Like the waiter had like and I was like, yeah, I'll take that. And then she like laughed real quick. And so I watched it and I was like in the middle of a restaurant saying, bitch, what the hell? This is not Palpatine laughing. And I was like, dude, these people think I'm
That is so
insane.
good.
That's so
I
good.
was these people
love
think
it.
I'm insane. Yeah.
Oh,
And then I
I
like
love-
watched
I
it
love-
5 times right then and there.
yeah.
Of course.
Absolutely. Oh, that is so good. And Jamie, you said you had a story about when you first watched this.
Oh
too.
yeah. So to roll it back, That's really bad. So AJ, Matt, and I saw it at Celebration. But we'll let one of them talk about what happened. But pretty much once AJ and I got home, we're like, hey, let's recreate the first shot of that trailer because we had nothing better to do. So AJ and I are in the parking lot of our old apartment. I'm dressed as Rey, but not in like the full new costume. It's like this weird like closet cosplay version of it, and I'm not proud of it. It's okay though. And I'm running down like the parking lot, and AJ's like chasing me with like my car, and then some random person in another building is literally like, "Hey, y'all filming a Star Wars over there?" And we're like,
With a Boston accent.
"Yeah, I can't do it." I know that came
Well,
out.
at least he did not call the police.
Yeah, right.
Because you were being chased with a car.
That is such a better outcome. Oh my god.
Chad,
That's
I just sent you the
Would have
video.
had the police called on me.
Are you able to-
Have the police called
are you
on
able to
me
share
in
it?
Texas.
Yeah, it looks like
Oh.
It's an Instagram
That's-
link I sent you
Oh,
on
gosh.
Twitter.
Oh,
Sounds good. Give me a second.
How niche.
Yes.
Sorry to throw that on you.
I forgot my trailer snack, y'all. I didn't eat my
So, like,
trailer.
the video did come out well enough, but we did have a take of someone literally yelling at us, "Are you making a Star War? Not a Star Wars, a Star War."
Just a Star War.
A
I
Star
love
War.
those fans. I love those
Yeah.
fans.
It's good. It's good.
Because,
But yeah, the three of us saw it.
we
saw
were
it
lucky
at-
enough to get into the overflow room.
Oh
gosh,
during
there it is.
celebration.
There's
Oh,
that.
that's like- oh my gosh, this is incredible.
Our best
Is the
attempts
audio
at
there?
Chaffer shot.
Now look at that costume's amazing. I'm a
Yeah.
swore. Oh my
I love
god.
it.
Gosh, the belt. There he goes.
There you go.
And it's a black card too. Oh my god.
Oh.
Because I was the only. There I go.
This is the best piece of content I have ever seen.
It's so good.
So we didn't know what was gonna happen yet. So Porg.
Wow.
That is so good.
I love
That
it.
is brilliant. That's
There it
you
is.
know, that's
There
what
it
we're
is.
here
God.
for. That is what we're here for. That is so good. I wish that happened. I wish he just kind of, as soon as he got to her, he just like put the handbrake on his TIE fighter and he just like parked and like just handed her.
Just rolled up right next to her.
Have a
Here.
have a pause.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Here's your DoorDash.
Oh,
It's like
boy.
just an ad.
Perfect.
Oh, that is incredible. That is so good.
I remember there
So,
was so
okay.
much like speculation over that scene at the
Yeah.
beginning of the trailer. Like, oh, are they teaming up? Like, are they going for a ride on the like? And I don't know. Thinking
that
back,
was-
it's hilarious.
That was me at Celebration. I mean, I was immediately online, just looking at every theory I
Yeah.
could. And we're sitting in like the lobby of the convention center, like ready to leave. And I'm going, so do you guys think that this theory could be true? Or do you think that, people are thinking that,
Yeah.
they're teaming up and they're training together? And what do you think about this? And it's like,
See,
That's the fun of it.
I
Yeah.
took the different.
Yeah.
I took the different approach because I was like, first of all, I was like way too into the theory that one of them killed each other. Like it was kind of ridiculous how much I was into like, oh, one of them might kill each other. Like, so when I saw her do that, I was like, oh, he about to die. He don't die.
no,
Rest in
I mean,
peace.
for all intents and purposes,
Interesting, yeah.
he should have. I mean, if
Yeah.
you watch the scene in the movie that she cuts off the wing and he just like spirals out and
Yeah, that
blows
was-
up, and
that
then
was
he
the
just
year-
walks out of it.
That
And he
was
just like walked
such
in,
a
like,
good.
oh, hey.
That was
So
such
dramatic.
a good scene. Like everything on that planet, everything of that scene was just great. I loved
Yeah.
it so much.
I like the dancing that they do. I like the
Oh, yeah.
dancing that all
Yes.
the
Yeah,
Festival of
It's so good.
It's just like, yes.
every
I wanna
every
be part of
42
that.
years.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
love
it's no
it.
Jedi rocks, but I mean, hey,
I mean,
still pretty.
hey.
It's no Jedi rocks, but it's a good
Jedi
time.
rocks.
It's a good time.
Everything else is like.
Nothing can match that. That's a whole different.
That is
plane
so
of
good.
existence.
But
I remember.
yeah. What do you think?
Well, I was just gonna go based back to what I said about like how he gonna kill her, and then when they released the D23 special look, and at the end of that trailer, I was like,
Oh, yeah.
she definitely about to kill somebody. Like,
I love
Bad.
it.
I'm not even
That-
kidding. I like wanted to like delete every single account like after seeing that trailer because I was just like, that's what's gonna happen. Bye. Peace.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it. I'm out.
I'm good.
Like,
Bye.
I like immediately was just like barf. I did not want to see Dark Ray in any capacity,
Oh,
even if
my
it ended up
goodness.
just being a vision.
I
I thought
remember-
they did it. I thought they did it perfectly though.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember the
Yeah.
leaks. I remember how much people were freaking out about the hinged lightsaber. I remember just because there was a good like 24 hours before they released that trailer to the public,
Yeah.
where they had released it to who was it? Was it the investors or somebody? I forget who saw it, or was it just the people at D23? Anyway, and there was a good 24 hours where I was looking at literally like drawings on napkins
Yes.
of the hinged
Remember that
lightsaber
one.
that people were making because they, oh yeah, this is what I saw, and it's like, what is this? I didn't even think we were going to
Yeah.
get the trailer.
Yeah.
That is wild, and it's funny. It's funny just now talking about it. We're talking about it as if it was like 20 years
I
ago.
know.
And it was all back then.
It was literally in
like,
2019.
like this is crazy. Yeah,
A year and a half
nostalgia
ago.
It already has. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody
It's-
calls 2019 last year on instinct anyway, so
Yeah,
it's not even that
yeah.
long ago, right?
Right? Oh, so good. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I remember watching this and getting so emotional. I don't know if you get in this state, but it's like when I watch something like a really pivotal scene, or like just especially with trailers, it's not like you're not sad. You're just like so overwhelmed, like sensory wise, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, and like trying to absorb it, and just like feeling like nothing else like existed or was happening when you're watching this trailer. And the Ray Leia scene, like I'm a very deep, hardcore Leia fan, and like that hug was just like, oh, stop it.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
crying
feeling.
like in the theater when they showed like when they did that like flashback duel and then they lifted up and I was like, oh no,
Right.
Yeah.
Keep it. Turn it off.
It was
I
so
can't.
time out.
Yeah,
I need a
pause
minute.
for a sec. Hold
I
on.
need a minute here.
Like,
I started crying at the end of Rogue One, and then I started bawling in that one, and I was like,
Yeah.
no.
That was
The only thing I wanted was, I mean, I don't know how they would have made it work, was a Lando and Leia reunion. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
just,
Yeah.
but I loved at the, in the movie when I loved how she passed and he came to the base, and I was just like, he's here now to help them because she's gone, and it's like, I can't. His best friend and his other friend is gone, and wow, what a movie.
R2 was there for her birth and her death.
And her death. I hate it here. I hate
But
it.
I did the touch where she doesn't pass on into the Force until Ben does. That is like, that just
Poetry.
punches me in the gut every time. Just perfect.
I think that this was the only one in which I spent probably the last like 15 or so minutes of the movie just straight up crying.
Mm-hmm.
Like going into it, like Matt's always in tune with the leaks, and so is AJ with a few of them. But like I am like, don't tell me anything. I don't want to know anything. But AJ was like, okay, I need to tell you that Han Solo is going to like appear, and you need to try to not like lose it. Okay, I lost it, but at least I knew about it.
Yeah, I think I saved you a little bit there.
Literally, like that entire scene, I was gone, and then it transitioning to like Rey on the ground on Exegol, pretty much dead, and then coming back, and then just everything that follows that.
I was in a very chaotic group message with some Star Wars cosplayers and stuff when like around when the movie was like starting to come out, people were going to premieres and stuff. And I have this one crazed Reylo obsessed friend. I will never understand it, but I try and respect it. She like takes it to a whole other level. And she started sharing screenshots at the end of the movie. And I was like, you might have to get blocked like before I see this movie. Because I'm kind of like you, where it's like I kind of want to know leaks, but I also don't. Because I want to be as surprised as possible. Because I already can't I can't control myself when it comes to trailers. Like I'll watch those all day.
Yeah,
but I don't want to know any leaks. I do not want to talk to anyone who's been to any of the premieres. So do not talk to me. Don't say nothing on social media because you will get blocked. You will get muted.
I have zero self-control. I walked into The Rise of Skywalker literally knowing everything from the start. It was
why?
I
don't understand.
I'm glad I did it. It prepared me for some twists that I don't think I would have liked the movie as much as I did if I did not learn about everything in August and then had months to process and, like piece out why'd they do this, why'd they do that. Yeah. And it ended up working out for me. I'm glad I did it.
Sorry, you go, George.
I was just gonna say I just really wanted more from Finn. I needed more, and I still need more. Like
I still think we'll get something. Goodness. I think.
Yeah, Jedi Finn is right around the corner, and I am just dying to get Jedi Finn.
Well, they tease at it heavily in the Lego Holiday Special, but even though that's
even better. Even better.
Like a holiday special, that's where all the
I know
stories come from.
Right. Like, come on, guys.
That's so true. And because there was a lot of points in this movie, of course, being the end of the saga, which you're wrapping up 9 films in one movie kind of thing. So there was a lot of big points, and obviously the return of Palpatine, very interesting, mixed, and I think just for the story of where Rey was from, that was a big question, and then Finn, his story was just very quiet through this whole movie, which we wanted more of. But I mean, I actually think that's a positive thing in the sense that it's not like we got over him or we had enough of him, like what some people feel about other characters. It's like the good thing with Star Wars, we're still going. We still have space for more Finn content and for more more Rose content and all those characters like that.
That's why whenever people are like, "Oh, I want Sebastian Stan to play young Luke. I want Millie Bobby Brown to play young Leia. I want everyone to play young versions of all these characters I've had to get to know for 20 plus years." No, we have 3 movies worth of people that we can start getting content for. Why in the world do I want to keep rehashing the same old? I was about to curse. Why do we want to keep rehashing stuff with the old characters that we already know and love that are pretty established? I don't mind cameos here and there, like the Luke Skywalker cameo at the end of Mandalorian was perfect. But I don't want whole shows and movies anymore. I just don't. I don't.
Like, I get that we have the cast right now in the way that they look right
in
now.
Their prime. Yeah.
So I think obviously it's the best time.
Yeah. It's like, come on, guys, let's go. Let's bring him back. I'm dying. The one thing I want more than anything is I want them to do something with Coruscant, because I want to see Coruscant in the sequel era. That's really interesting.
It kind of just disappeared. It was
right.
Hey,
and the stuff we know about it, it became like a gangster, crime-ridden, crime-infested place that is no longer the shining star it used to be. And the fact that it's so First Order controlled, I feel like that would be a nice kind of cap. They're hunting down the remnants of the First Order. Finn's training to become a Jedi. Make it happen. Give us something.
There you go. Because Broken Streetlights in the comments there had a good suggestion of having a show like Clone Wars is set in that sequel time and era, and have those characters. I think just what you just said would be fantastic to see in a Clone Wars animation style. I would love to see that.
I would. The Siege of Coruscant. I'm dying for that. Lucasfilm, you're watching, and I know you are. Get on that.
What have they made? We got 6 of the best people here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Oscar Isaac do some voice acting for Resistance. So I don't think it's out of the question to
underrated show. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I gotta rewatch it.
I'm a huge Resistance buff. I love Resistance.
Literally just started rewatching it today.
So good.
Is I just love him, and I want to protect him at all costs.
I'm on my second rewatch of the whole series. He's warmed up to me so much. I like him so much more now. Just watching the series again. I have the Kaz head hit counter. Every episode goes up at least once.
Did your pork's mouth just move?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been doing that.
I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to cut you off, Matt. I was just like,
no worries.
Wait a minute.
I'm so sorry.
Totally
I've been
worthy.
doing it right. It's got a Lego, a little lever thing that on its tail that you move and it's open its mouth. So yeah. Resistance.
That's a hot take. I love Joel Davis's take on Resistance being the best of the animated shows. Wow.
That's a bold one.
That's bold.
Okay, listen. Whoa. That's a pretty bold take. And here at Star Wars Culture, we respect all opinions.
Yeah, I like
Joe, I'm gonna just calm down. You ain't gonna beat Clone Wars. We got Ahsoka. You ain't just gonna do Ahsoka like that, okay? I'm sorry, Joel. I can't. But I still love
that. Is so good. That is so good.
For Resistance, we just to wrap that up really quick. We frequently rewatch one episode in season 2, which gives us crumbs of Sidon Ithano content. Get crumbs of it.
Yeah.
We got spoiled with a lot of content today. But yeah.
Let's see him.
Where is
There
he is, my boy. My beautiful boy.
There he is. Oh boy.
What a guy.
The best guy. The Blood Buccaneer, the Crimson Corsair, the Red Raider. You know too much about him.
That's incredible. But let's start to. Oh yes, what did he say?
Oh, he just said, "What about Poe?" Poe, yes. I mean, he is my king. Like, he's my space Latin king. Like, there's not much more I can say about Poe. I mean,
nailed it.
Yeah.
That's summed it up. There's so much to love about the sequel trilogy, and like these trailers have so much feeling in them because thinking back to the trailers, like there he is, there's Poe.
There's Poe.
One of my Poes.
Like there's so much good feeling in these trailers. Like what we were saying before, we already talk about them as if like they've been around for like 20 years. I'm like, oh, the trailers, this moment was so good. Do you think? Like, did you want anything to change about the trailers? Was there anything you would want to see in one of them that wasn't? If you wanted to change something about anything, what would you change? And I'll just open that up to anyone.
More side on
Lando. Okay.
But more side on anything.
I think
more Lando.
I think the trailers pretty much showed enough. It's funny because Force Awakens and Last Jedi don't like show you too much, especially the Last Jedi teaser doesn't show you like much at all. And I remember being like, I want more. But the Rise of Skywalker teaser, I would have to say if I was going to say which one's the best teaser, that one's amazing because they feed you so much. They tell you Palpatine's coming back right there. Yeah. Because I think they needed to get everyone on board. It got a standing ovation at Celebration. So I guess they did a good job,
and they replayed it twice at the order of the man himself.
I don't know if that would change.
That was a cool clip to see. After I watched the trailer and then somebody retweeted that video, that was like, I was like, oh damn, I wish I was there. Like,
the funny thing is that the trailer feels incomplete without that. For me, that was part of the trailer. Was Ian McDermott coming out and saying, "Play it again," and then watching it again.
Mm-hmm.
It's a celebration experiences, especially trailers at celebrations. Insane. We're
gonna be there next year. I'm manifesting it right now.
I'm still upset I never went to that one because I lived relatively close to Chicago at the time, and I was like, I don't have the money, and then I was like, oh, I had the money to go.
Honestly, I hate to say it, but at that celebration, they didn't even check the badges when we walked in. So like anyone could have just honestly, you could have just came in. No one would have known.
Oh man!
So it's like,
little X.
Too bad I can't tell past me that.
Variant Chad.
Well, the world between worlds exists, so
there you go.
You can do that.
Use that next time. I'll use that next time I go.
I remember thinking somebody somewhere had a theory that Ahsoka was going to be in the Rise of Skywalker, and I ran with it. I did not care how little sense it made. I was like, so 100%, why not?
Hey, they weren't totally wrong, right?
Yeah.
They were half right.
Yeah,
they were half right.
You got his voice.
Who was rumored to be in it, but was absolutely not in it?
Matt Smith.
Matt Smith.
Matt Smith. Yeah.
What happened?
And I remember being obsessed with that. Like, is it young Palpatine? Is he a young Palpatine clone? That was like the biggest thing. Or is he one of the Knights of Ren? That was another big thing.
Oh gosh, guys. Oh, the Knights of Ren.
We haven't even talked about the Knights of Ren.
Wasn't he supposed to like play like when he got all the life force back? He was supposed to go like super young.
Yeah,
apparently,
I think so.
The idea.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they were
like
for.
Then they were like, no.
Nope.
Let's make him like semi-recognizable.
This young body isn't perfect. But Knights of Ren, like, even though they were literally just in the one shot in The Force Awakens, I was obsessed with them since 2015, and then we got nothing in Last Jedi, and that was like my biggest complaint about The Last Jedi was that we had zero Knights of Ren action. Very sad. And then we get them in Rise of Skywalker, and they're just standing around menacingly, and then they die.
Right? They just stand in a circle and then they're gone. Yeah, like
I do love their duel, and I love them in the Rise of Kylo Ren comic, where they're basically just like space bikers. I love space biking.
Yeah, they're literally just the biker gang. I love them. Yes, like I jokingly always say like Knights of Ren ride or die. Like when I like tag things, I literally do KR ride or die, because like that is like my life. And like I've seen like interviews with the concept artist like Glenn Dillon, and he talks about how the inspiration for them was literally they're just a bunch of misguided youths, even though the comic kind of talks differently, but that's like Charles Soule's interpretation. So like we got a couple different things going on, and I just really want to see more Knights of Ren content, and that would be something I would be like obsessed with if they ever like do like a show or like some sort of series about that.
Yeah,
I think
they had that really cool spinning scene, you know, where they were just all standing on a rock and there's just it's like, let's go around them a few times.
It's so good. And I honestly I agree with Broken Streetlights on the show within the time frame before episode 7, or perhaps between 8 and 9. There's like a year of stuff
in between,
where Kylo Ren is supreme leader. That's like, personally, that's my favorite development of the sequel trilogy by far, is that a Skywalker becomes like Emperor of the Galaxy. I think that's awesome. And I want that explored, and I want to see Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren just like tear up, you know?
Like there's
the
little cartoon short.
Yeah, the Forces of Destiny, right?
No, Galaxy of Adventures.
Galaxy of Adventures. That's it.
Yeah.
And that whole, you know, Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren sequence, mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling.
I was watching Droids, and there's a guy named Kybo Ren in it.
Yeah.
And I was like,
no relation.
Like,
love it.
Stop it.
Did they not get the name for Kylo from Kybo? Please.
They might have.
Please say you did. Please.
Though I love that in the episode 7 behind the scenes things, JJ keeps calling Kylo Kylo Ren.
Right.
Yeah, so they didn't even have the pronunciation down.
Yikes.
Which I love.
JJ.
Pronounce everybody does it differently.
Yeah, it's like the Goongans in episode 1. George used to call them the
Goongans. The Goongans.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's great.
Yes. Chad, where's our favorite Gungan? Do we have a photo of our favorite Gungan?
Where is he?
Where is he?
Oh.
I wasn't ready.
Oh my god, I wasn't ready.
No one ever is.
Nobody's ready.
Distracted for the rest of the
No
episode.
one's ready for our favorite Gungan.
Nobody's ready for Buff Jar Jar.
Oh boy.
Oh, don't even get me started on Jar Jar. At Celebration, everybody around me was getting dressed up. These two are like huge cosplayers, so I'm like sitting there in my regular normal people clothes, feeling really weird and stupid. So while we're at the Airbnb during the week of Star Wars Celebration, I bought a Jar Jar mask on Amazon and got it delivered to the Airbnb, and for like the last 2 days I was Jar Jar Binks. And there's one moment where I'm just like praising Ahmed Best on stage while wearing a Jar Jar mask, trying to get him to shoot a t-shirt cannon at me. He did not. But
what an experience. What an experience. Praising Ahmed Best in a Jar Jar mask. That's what
peak.
a magical moment. Yeah.
Where do I even go from there? I'm done.
You can't get any better than
You're done.
I'm done.
Yeah, if you guys have seen our
no way you can
our thumbnails for our videos, there's always a Jar Jar in there, and that's Matt.
Me.
So.
That's me from Celebration.
Love it.
It's like literally the photo that we always like use. It's literally
there he is.
That is like the first photo of him wearing that mask.
Jar Jar right there.
Exactly.
It arrived at the Airbnb. He tries it on. He's like, "Guys, does this look good?" And he's like trying to like hide his like hands and whatnot.
And we're both
like,
just like applauding.
There you go.
And
that's phenomenal.
That whole need for Jar Jar came from an absolutely legendary watch of The Phantom Menace, the first night after Celebration.
Yes.
It's literally the reason we started this podcast, was because we sat down and watched The Phantom Menace, and we had so much fun commenting on the movie that we decided we need to do this full time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and now we do it part time.
I have this theory that the Phantom Menace, it is a comedy movie. That is hands down a comedy movie. It is so funny. Every line is a one-liner. Every line is just like on fire funny. It is. I love that movie.
Now this is pod racing.
Yes. There's one scene we're obsessed with in the background while they're walking through Mos Espa, and R2-D2's rolling behind them, and he changes course and rolls through a pile of turds. And I will never forget that as long as I live. It is my favorite scene in The Phantom Menace. I don't know why R2-D2 changes course.
We like barely saw it too.
Dude, was George Lucas battling like a psychedelic-inducing cold when filming?
Yes.
He was like, I need this creature to fart in Jar Jar's face.
So many questions.
We're gonna frame it like this.
I'm sorry
Have
that
you
we
guys-
started talking about Phantom Menace on this
Yeah, no,
sequel trilogy.
sorry,
we got
Yes,
We
yes,
are.
we are so
Sorry.
sidetracked, but we love that.
It's okay.
We just this is what happens when Star Wars fans get together. We love everything about it.
I mean, every time we have a set topic about something, we start talking about another part of Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
So, hell, we were talking about freaking, I don't know. I remember one week we were talking about the Clone Wars, and I started bitching about Finn. Like, what correlation?
It just keeps rolling.
Wasn't there?
It all happens. It all happens. But I think it's safe to say that we all have such fond memories of all these trailers, all these sequel trailers, and it was just a good time, and it was amazing having a watch back with you guys today. This was
Absolutely.
really fun.
Loved it.
It was a pleasure.
Oh my gosh! With that being said, thank you all so much for joining us on yet another special Star Wars Culture episode. We are not done with our trailers yet. We still got to do the standalone movies, and we might even do the show trailers too. Don't really know how that's gonna work yet because there's trailers for every season, and the Clone Wars has 7 seasons in it.
So many. We have so many.
But thank you to AJ, Matt, and Jamie for joining us. Jamie's my sister's name, so it's kind of jarring to talk to someone who's not my sister named Jamie. But yes, where can people find all of you on social media?
Yes, plug.
Yeah. So Holonet
I was just
Marauders on Twitter, where it says for AJ there at Holonet Marauder. That represents all of us. My personals are at Jam the Jedi. Matt, he's just at Holonet Marauders. You can find him there. He's just at.
I'm sorry.
I'm on Instagram at Boston Kylo, so you guys can find me there as well.
Love that.
That's incredible. That is
thank you guys
good.
so much for having us. This was really fun.
Thank you so much.
It feels like
thanks for being here.
Healing in a way. Like it just feels nice to get with people and talk about the sequels.
Yeah,
in such a positive light. So
it
was fun.
It's a good time.
Yeah, and then make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell to follow us and follow Culture Slate on all the social medias at Culture Slate. And we're usually live every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Where can they find us in Australia, Hannah?
Yeah, where you can find us every 9 a.m. on a Thursday morning. Lovely breakfast Star Wars show for you in Australia. And also a reminder, check out our Patreon if you love today's episode or any of our other episodes. That's patreon.com/Culture Slate. You can find behind the scenes stuff and all that good extra content over there. But thank you again to, the Holonet Marauders to joining us today. Loved having you on. Thank you to Nikk, Chad and Jordan for hanging out today. It's as always, may the Force be with you.
Always.
Always.